You have been lied to your entire life. The school system, your parents, and society all gave you the exact same financial operating system. Go to school, get a good job, and save your money. It sounds safe. It feels logical. But there is a massive glitch in this matrix. Saving money will not make you rich. In fact, it is the exact psychological mechanism keeping you broke. Welcome to Unwritten Peak. Today, we are tearing down the psychology of wealth. Chapter 1. The Scarcity Trap. The human brain is a survival machine, not a wealth-building machine. For millions of years, saving and hoarding resources kept our ancestors alive through winter. But applying hunter-gatherer software to the modern economy is financial suicide. When you strictly focus on saving, your brain operates in defensive mode. You are playing not to lose, instead of playing to win, and the math is working against you. Enter the invisible thief, inflation. If you leave $10,000 in a savings account, it feels safe because the number never drops. But purchasing power is bleeding out every single second. Saving your way to wealth is like trying to run up a down escalator. The elite know this. The 1% do not save money. They park it, or they deploy it. Chapter 2. The income ceiling. The second psychological flaw with saving is that it focuses on a finite resource. You can only cut so many expenses. You can only stop buying coffee so many times. The limit to saving is 0. You cannot save more than you earn. But the limit to earning? It is mathematically infinite. Poor psychology focuses on shrinking the lifestyle to fit the income. Wealth psychology focuses on expanding the income to fund the vision. When you stop obsessing over the defense, your brain unlocks the offense. You start seeing systems, leverage, and scalable architecture. Chapter 3. The velocity of money. The middle class thinks money is a static object, a thing you put in a vault and worship. But money is not an object. Money is kinetic energy. If it sits, it dies. Think of money exactly like water. If water sits still in a pond, it becomes stagnant and toxic. But if water flows aggressively like a river, it generates immense power. It turns turbines. Cash sitting in a savings account is the stagnant pond. You are letting your power decay. The 1% force their money to flow. They convert cash into income-producing assets. Chapter 4. Producer versus consumer. The system is perfectly designed to extract wealth from you at every waking moment. The middle class identifies as consumers. Their dopamine comes from buying the product. The elite identify as producers. Their dopamine comes from building the system that sells the product. If you only consume, you will always be poor. Wealth is the byproduct of solving problems at scale. The bigger the problem you solve, the heavier the wealth that follows. Saving does not solve problems. And then there is the biggest lie ever told to the middle class.
That's just a myth.
All debt is bad. Poor people use debt to buy liabilities. A new car, a larger TV. Consumer debt is a chain around your neck. Rich people use debt as leverage to acquire cash-flowing assets. When you understand leverage, you stop using your own money to build wealth. The system punishes the saver through inflation and rewards the asset holder through appreciation. Chapter 5. The Time Devore. Time equals money is the final trap. It is the ceiling on your potential. If you trade hours for dollars, you only have 24 hours to sell. Your wealth is capped by your biology. You have to divorce your time from your income. You build equity. You build code. You build content. You build systems that work 24/7. While the saver is sleeping, their money is dying. While the builder is sleeping, their systems are hunting. You have to rewire your brain to stop fearing risk. The middle class avoids risk to protect their savings. But the greatest risk of all is doing exactly what everyone else is doing. The 1% do not gamble. They calculate asymmetric risk. They look for scenarios where the downside is a few dollars, but the upside is complete financial freedom. Chapter 6. The Brutal Awakening. You have a choice to make right now. You can close this video, go back to your job, and keep putting pennies in a jar. Or you can accept that the rules of the game have changed, and you need a new operating system. It's time to move from defense to offense. It is time to stop saving and start hunting. The 1% do not work for money. They build the machines that print it. The middle class is trapped in a never-ending chase, running after the dollar like a dog chasing a car. But the elite? They are the ones holding the stick with the string. Chapter 7. The Asymmetric Mindset. When a poor person looks at an opportunity, their brain immediately asks, how much does it cost? When a rich person looks at the exact same opportunity, they ask, how much will this make me? The saver looks at a $20 book and sees $20 lost from their bank account. The builder looks at a $20 book and sees a $100,000 framework that will upgrade their mental software. You have to surgically remove the word expense from your vocabulary and replace it with investment. Because if you are afraid to invest in your own mind, the market will gladly leave you behind. Here is the ultimate test. If you feel guilty spending money to buy back your own time, you are deeply infected with the scarcity virus. The elite happily throw money at problems to solve them faster. They buy software. They hire help. They pay for mentors to collapse decades of learning into days. You can always print more money, but God isn't printing any more time. Chapter 8. The Unwritten Peak Protocol. Step 1. Liquidate the stagnant pond. Stop hoarding dead cash beyond your emergency shield. Step 2. Build the kinetic river. Direct your capital into skills, equity, and systems. Step 3. Ruthlessly defend your focus. Your attention is the only capital that builds the machine. The Matrix wants you saving. It wants you scared. It wants you small, so you remain a compliant little gear in their machine. Break the gear. Build your own engine. The path to wealth is not found in a savings account. It is a psychological mutation. You have to become a different species of human, one that consumes less and produces obsessively. If you are ready to rewrite your operating system, subscribe to Unwritten Peak. Join the 1% who are actually awake. Stop saving. Start building. We will see you at the top.